Hello, Internet. It's Kris checking in from the nextMEDIA conference here in Banff. I'm with Maria Hale from Telus, and she's the VP of Content there. How's it going today, Maria?
Yeah, it's going great.
I caught your Canadian digital media giant panel this morning, and it was really great. I like some of the points you're making about focusing more on the digital space and not making it just a web-centric approach. Can you tell me a little bit more about that idea?
Yeah, so really I still think, in 2008, the conversation is still really focused on the web and what can the internet do for broadcasting. And I think, in my position now, having spent most of my career in web and working with a broadcaster at Chum, managing their digital assets, I think in 2008 we need to elevate the discussion to be more about really why are we doing all this, go back to first principles, because in being at Telus and understanding sort of across screens, so mobile, broadband, and TV, it's really about the audience experience, right? And so looking at not just creating a web-centric view of what we want to be doing, but really sort of saying, listen, what are we trying to do here? I think it's all about creating a more on-demand experience for the audience around different shows, and let's figure out a way that we can do that seamlessly that still has a business model.
Right, so you were talking a lot about PVR and video on demand, and the web offers that, but you're saying that there's a better approach through the kind of some of the Telus models in terms of giving people what they want.
Yeah, I think the struggle with the web is the business model. So how do you acquire the rights? How do you then monetize those rights? Broadcasters are putting in and spending millions of dollars on infrastructure to make it all available. And I think if we sort of look at the distributors, the BDUs like Telus, and sort of say, okay, how can we be contributing to enhancing the existing broadcast model and uphold the Broadcasting Act within Canada? And there's things at our disposal like network PVR, where things sit on the network and allow people to access on-demand content via their TV screen in a way that maintains the integrity of the existing advertiser rights marketplace.
How are you guys at Telus going to bring the web into that, though, without leaving it behind and focusing just on the network there?
Yeah, so, I mean, the web is part of the network, right? So when we go into the home, it's all about the bandwidth into the home, so what you're doing with different media. So the web itself, I think Web 2.0 and all of the aspects that you can get there to enhance and deepen a relationship with your audience, I think is great, and that will remain a web experience in the short term for sure. I think the things when you're talking about video streaming, I think that still is a better experience on TV if we can figure out how to do that. How do we do that on demand in a seamless way? So it's not leaving the web out. So it's really just making sure that you're using the medium the way it needs to be utilized and the way it's meant to be utilized. I think going down the road.
So tell me just a little bit about how you interact with digital media yourself personally. What do you do online, or what type of digital media do you consume?
Yeah, so I don't really look at a lot of video content. I think the big video piece that I looked at recently was Oprah's A New Earth. Yeah. I love that. Conceptually, I went to it for the concept to sort of say, 800,000 people online at the same time asking questions via Skype and via the interface that they had created, and the whole team of people she had working to make that happen, and the actual content itself, looking at how they tried to use a traditional ad model to break up the content, which I don't think really worked because it's such a captive, lean-forward experience that every time they cut to commercial, you're like, this is not working, right? I mean, that's a broadcast model, and at least they're trying things, and they had sponsors to pay for everything, but I think it still needs some work. So for me, I use the web, and Google's the place I go, right? So I have Google on the screen, and, it gives me the information that I need every time I log into my browser, and I'm able to get to where I want to go quickly. And generally, it's information searching for me. I watch my TV on TV.
Do you have an online guilty pleasure you want to tell the internet about?
Online guilty pleasure. Ooh, I haven't thought about that one.
I think for me it'd be ego surfing my name on Google.
No, for me, I think it's shopping. I do everything. I'm a big e-commerce pro, commerce online.
Boxes showing up every day, you don't remember your order.
Exactly. The simplicity of all that. Like I go on a trip and my kids want a toy, so I pre-order it because I'm never going to find it in Banff. And so when I get home, it's there.
Oh,
and
that's great.
I look like I thought of them. But so I think commerce online is really a great answer for the working moms and dads.
How about a couple words of wisdom to independent artists, content creators, producers who are looking to break into the digital media giants world and get their stuff out there?
Yeah, I was going to say we're all kind of midgets still in the space. I'm humbled by the title, but Mike Hennessy had a regulatory created a paper, and he said, we're still at the beginning, right? Yeah. We feel like we're in the middle, but we're still really at the beginning. So my advice is really hire people that are not linear in the way they think, that can think laterally, build on what Bill Buxton spoke about this morning, and really saying utilize these tools because these tools are not expensive, and you do have the ability now, unlike any time before, to reach audiences.
Right.
So you're not driven by these linear TV channels that are tied to a 24-hour-a-day schedule, and you can really do some great things. So I would say hire the right people, think out of the box, and really look at it from the perspective of your audience and what you want to be delivering, as opposed to sort of saying, what can this technology piece do and how does it fit? Just focus on the audience, and I think you'll go far.
Yeah, always good advice. Thanks a lot, Maria.
Great.
Kris and Maria signing out from nextMEDIA at Banff.